3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Let's do this. What's up? Tuesday, July, 16th. We finally closed AUDCHF. I sit here and watched it. Funny personal story. I don't want to get too graphic with you, but I'll tell you a funny personal story. It's like when the shit hits the fan, it all hits the fan at once, and you'll get my reference to that in a second here. So we closed out. I'm watching it. It pushed down. It wicked down. It came 1.3 pips away from taking profit. It moved away. I went, are you kidding me? Is this thing going to bounce off of our TP? I've seen it happen before, right? Doesn't mean it's not going to come back to it. Excuse me. But it bounced off of our TP. So I'm busy with the old man. We brought him home from the hospital after having COVID for a fucking month. Right, so me and my sister were hovering over him. Right, he's fine. Crabby old fucker. Right, but I've told him for the first week we're going to kind of be here for you. Make sure you're okay. Make sure you're not falling down. You know. He calls me at 6 o'clock this morning and says, "I got to take a shit. Can you come in and help me?" I'm like, Jesus, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. So I go in there, and then he wants coffee. And then he wants breakfast. And then he has to go to the bathroom again. And then we have some more coffee. And then he's like, I said, I got to go out to my RV, because my RV is in his yard right now, and watch this trade. And it's literally 0.3 pips away from taking profit. He sends me a text, got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, shit. So I run in there with my mobile phone. I help him get to the bathroom. I said, when I get back, you can come out of the bathroom. I come out here. It's all happening. Like, everything's happening at once. Funny, personal, kind of maybe uncomfortable personal story. But I'm like, really, man? Is this when you decided you have to do this? Of course, I'm out here handling the trade, making sure everything got closed on all the accounts. I did screw up, and I'm pissed at myself because everything was happening once. He's texting me, I need your help. I'm like, hold on, because he's the kind of guy that's like, I gotta go now. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, so I'm helping him. The trade closes. I come out, and I had some other accounts. Remember how we did the server switchover? More importantly, the software switchover. The software wasn't managing most of those AUDCHF trades. It was no big deal. I'm on top of this. So I had to manually. So I never have to do that. So on some of the close, like on the 10 pip hybrid, I was manually closing, right? And on one of the accounts, which was associated with the overall algorithm, I was clicking AUDCHF close, just confirming they all closed, and one of them closed on their own, and my next click was an AUD-NZD trade that I manually accidentally closed. I was so pissed and then embarrassed, right? Because those few milliseconds and it closed itself, and I was like, I just burnt somebody. However, it was the oldest trade in a basket of trades that we're looking at right now, AUD-NZD. What you're seeing in the free signals account here on the screen is a few of the later trades. I think there's maybe 5-6 trades in this basket of trades from the main algorithm, and the free signals were on 3 of them. So I closed out the oldest one, which is good. I'm glad I didn't close the latest one, because I would have had taken the profit it's at now and then mathematically messed up the entire basket. But by the fact that I closed the oldest one, we'll at least get a break even on AUDNZD. There's probably 2 people that I know of that are trading the full algorithm on live accounts. So I apologize for that. If you take a loss on it, message me and I'll send you the money. It's very minimal. It's probably more like break even. But I was just, it's all happening at once. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Normally, I'm telling you, my life is real peaceful. I just kind of sit here. I'm sipping some coffee in the morning, listening to some Elton John or some Lionel Richie, real smooth. That's why I'm easy, if you know that song. And no, but this morning, Dad calling me every 15, 20 minutes. Need coffee, need breakfast, got to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, not this morning, Dad. No, not this morning. No, not right when I'm watching it. We're 0.3 pips away. He's like, I don't think I can hold it. You're going to have to come in and help me. I'm like, fuck my life. So there you go. Sharing a little personal reality. The reality of life, right? Doug says, shit happens. Minus $20.17. You know what, Doug? I will send you $20.17. I thought you were quoting a time or a year. In 2017, I will live. Yeah, you know what? It was pretty minimal. But if you once the rest of the basket closes, you're probably going to be in profit. Especially if I don't think another trade's going to go off with AUDNZD. But yeah, appreciate you being transparent like that. And you know what? I'm so mad at myself. Like, I literally do not make mistakes like that. Accidentally closing a trade. I got frazzled. This is my second cup of coffee this morning. Normally I only have one. But the old man, I swear to God, he's like, at 7 something in the morning after I'm helping, he goes, I could use some breakfast right now. I'm like, all right, what do you want? I want 3 pieces of bacon. And I want 3 eggs. It gets very... I'm like, all right, I'll make it. So, he wants his bacon done a very specific way. So I cook it, and I burn the shit out of it. I just do. So I take it out to him, and I go, is this too done for you? He goes, no, that's fine. Halfway through his breakfast, he goes, I can't eat this bacon. Can you make me some more? I'm like, fuck. So that's just been my whole morning, right? I'm like, yep. New bacon coming right up. Chef Terry gonna make this happen. So anyway, enough personal stuff. I'm excited to, in fact, let's do a little celebration for closing AUDCHF. Bop, 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 bop. So I'm excited about it. It looked very profitable to me. We will look at some of the different accounts. I was afraid. It was funny because that TP, if you get out early, like 5 pips away from that TP, you have a break even or a losing basket of trades. When this thing went to TP, it was profitable. It looked to me like, because the swap fees were so heavy, I'll show you some of them, because I have, like this big account, big lot size I was trading. I mean, the swap fees were hundreds and hundreds of dollars, $200, $300, $400, I think, on just one trade entry on that currency pair. It's the dynamics of it. All right, it's the dynamics of it. On the other side, when we were doing CAD Chief, they were paying us for swaps because we were going a different direction. So it's 6 and 1, half dozen the other. It all works out. It looks to me, I looked at all the different accounts, that AUDCHF turned out to be a very nice profit. I have a couple live accounts that I was running it on, some small accounts, some big accounts. I glanced at them, really nice profit. I had a tiny little account that on AUDCHF alone did 25%. 25%. So that's 3 weeks. I get it. You hate it. I just did 25% on my account with one basket of trades. Doug says, imagine how much better if the swap fees were normal. Oh, absolutely. But it's still, we're in profit. So let's move on here. I know I'm doing this a little bit early this morning, I messaged my sister. I'm like, can you come over and help the old man? I'm in the middle of what I do. So she's on her way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause this. I'm going to pause this because she just sent me a message. And I want to see what the hell she said. Something like, I don't think I can come over right now. Let's take a look. I can't leave till this file finishes downloading. So, well, anyway, we're good. So let me come back to the trading here. Hey, you get to see a little bit of Terry's weird-ass personal life. Normally it's not like this, but I'm up here supporting the old man this summer in Michigan. And it was funny. I'm ready to go. I told my sister, I said, if I wasn't here supporting the old man, just me personally, I'd be in Florida right now. Absolutely would be. Probably at some resort, maybe hanging out with Mark in the Keys, who knows, but I wouldn't be here. Not to say it's bad, but you know what? I'm a free spirit. I'm a nomad. So this particular free trade is jumping back and forth between profitability. It will be ultimately profit. This is a really great trade. I don't believe anything has closed overnight. It has not, but for the week, $2,657.35. 3 trades. Really nice trades. Look at those GBP USD trades. And I think those were closed yesterday also. And then for the month, it's going to be high because we had that CAD chief. 166,842. I'm pretty happy with what we're seeing right now. Even though we all got emotionally wrapped up in the fact that AUDCHF was going forever. But in the end, it will show profitability. So that's the free signal. Let's move on and look at the 10 pip hybrid. It's a subset of my overall algorithm, and that's where we will see this AUDCHF. So please stand by while I pull this up. In fact, I'm also going to be very transparent because this could be relevant to people in the group that are subscribers or license holders. Because of the software switchover, new server switchover, I'm going to share the actual open trades on the 10 pip hybrid right now. Do not freak out because you might not have these, because I did stop some of these from getting copied out. But this is, you either have these, which is good, or you don't have them, which is still good, right? But I'm going to let this NZD CAD close out. And here you go, free trade. NZD CAD buy, right? I'm going to let this close out. So that means if you're trading the 10 pip hybrid right now, you can either manually jump into a trade if you want to, NZD CAD or any other pair. I'm going to let this close out and we're going to move on to another group. I have an inkling of a thought here. I don't want to be Mr. Over Manipulation, but I sit back and I look at, like, do you see that GBP USD? Trade, profit, trade, profit, trade, profit. I'm not saying that's the most magical pair, but it is higher on the list of volatility. It's, AUDCHF was down one of the slowest 2 pairs in the world, I think. That and Euro GBP. At least the bottom 3 or 4. I'm thinking, and I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm simply thinking, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, is that I may choose a group of pairs to trade for the 10 pip hybrid that have a little bit higher movement and volatility in the summer here, instead of hovering and allowing any of these slower pairs. They're profitable, right? But I don't know. I don't like we're fine. It's an emotional decision I'm making here, and I don't want to do that. But I'm thinking about just not letting some of those pairs come through on the 10 pip hybrid. So we'll see. Just a random side thought. It's nothing that I'm that tied to at this point. So again, you may or may not have this NZD CAD if you're trading the 10 pip hybrid. Don't worry about it. If you want to go ahead and manually jump into it, you can, right? Especially if you have access to the premium signals monitoring account, so you can kind of see what it's doing. You can see, I'm going to go ahead and hold on. Let me do one quick pause because I got to look at something before I. Okay, we're good. Let me come back here. I was just looking at something. So take profit is 0.83344 on both of them, obviously, as it should be. Those were some of the little anomalies that I was looking at. when I did the software switchover, but I believe AUD, from what I can tell, AUDCHF was the last trade that got hung up in that software update that wasn't necessarily being managed by the AI. Everything is now. Still watching it. I don't believe anything was left behind. But this is looking pretty good. And so let's go look at, I think I've looked at this one. Cross your fingers. We're going to go to the history and we're going to look at AUDCHF closing. Okay. On this particular account, it closed at a profit of $1,221.80. I'm happy with that. That's a really nice profit. We took some hefty fees. We held this thing for 3 weeks. Right? Because they're just, first off, it's a very low volatility pair, moves about 35 pips a day. And here's what I love about my algorithm. I'm going to say this confidently to you. I'll look you right in the eyes and tell you this. This is the most amazing Forex trading algorithm on the face of the earth. I will tell you that. I've watched this thing for 3 years. Here's what I have to say. I have to say this. It is never wrong. Any error we ever get from the system is Terry's dumb, stupid, fat-fingered mistake, which I don't make. I made one today by closing down a trade I shouldn't have, right? But in the basket-wise, when it comes out in the end, it will be break-even or profitable. But this it's never wrong. It's never wrong. Even though we had to hold this for 3 weeks, this AUDCHF, it's never wrong. And here's the thing. We are at nothing but net. We are at a net profit. I will go ahead and be transparent with you and scroll back and show you some of the red trades. Okay? That is not a loss, my friend, because down here is nothing but net. That is not a loss. But let's look at some of these fees that we got hit with, right? Now remember, the fees are also relatively related to the fact that I'm bidding a 1.0 base lot size. Look at that swap fee, minus $281.60 plus a $6 entry fee. That's hefty. Okay, let's look at the next one here. But again, even after all that, my algorithm is taking that into effect. The next one, $244 swap fee. The next one, $195 swap fee. The next one, $183 swap fee. So you see what we're fighting against? I mean, we're fighting against the fees of the market. I'm not saying this is a bad broker or anything else. It's not. $159 swap fee. $159 again. $159 again. $159. $318. $245. $245. $73. And then $73. The fees on that, even after those outrageous fees, and that's just what it costs for this currency pair, for this time of year, for this movement, for this direction of trade, sell trade, we still have a net profit of $1,221.80 or whatever you bid on your particular account. Incredible. This thing is never fucking wrong. Ever. At first I was like, I'm charging $150 a month for that. Is that too much for the marketplace? I should charge a fucking $1,000 a month for this. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyway, not trying to be an asshole, but that's the reality of it all. So this feels good. It looks good. I'm happy with it. I made profit on quite a few different accounts. I can show you. You know what I might do? I'm going to show you a couple of my live accounts, the profit that I took. I'm just going to grab some random accounts here just to show you that it works across the board. I'll show you a small account that I have. Absolutely fucking live. I will show you this one. This was a tiny account. Let me show you the results on this one. So this is AUDCHF closing. I made $102.37. I'm happy with it. After all the fees, after holding it for 3 weeks, I get it. But it's still a net profit. Now let me come back and I'll show you a larger actual account that I have. And I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm kind of curious to look at it. I feel pretty good with this one. This is a larger account. I will share this with you, make sure I'm not revealing anything. So I made $1,010.05. I'm happy. You see how it scales across different account sizes? That's what I love about this. Just a simple multiply factor, it scales. So I'm happy with that. Nothing but net. Nothing but net profit. So that's it there. Let me go take you over to the full algorithm. And I have not looked at this, but we'll also talk about the fact that, and you know what, I'm glad I'm looking at, let me look at this real quick and make sure that that everything is closed properly. Yes, it is. So I'll share this real quick with you. Normally probably shouldn't do this, but this is a monitoring account that we have that looks at the entire algorithm, and I turned it on a few days ago. So you're going to see a lot of the trades just went in at whatever price we were at that point, and it just added the number of trades that are in our system. So the entry price is not necessarily accurate, doesn't matter. Entry direction is, take profit is. So I'll share this with you. So these are the current trades that are open in the overall algorithm right now. In fact, you know what? I'm looking at the fucking wrong one. Same numbers, but let me pull up the right one. Give me a second here. Here, this is the actual, well, same trades, but this is a more realistic lot size. So this is what's open right now. In fact, I hadn't looked at this. I want to make sure that the AUDCHF closed. So here's everything that's open right now. GBP USD doing extremely well. But remember, these is a little bit skewed. It's gonna this is gonna end up making more money than the overall algorithm normally would, because I jumped in all of these trades at pretty much the same price. We were in 3 trades. 2 sells at 1.0, 1 sell at 2.0, but I jumped into them all at the current price when I opened this up. So if you go look at the history here, here's what's cool. Remember yesterday, I forced a $14,000, almost $15,000 loss just to kind of clear out this account, get it going, and get it back in. Look at what it's made today. In the last 24 hours, $8,111.75 closed. This is, excuse me, that's probably my COVID from 6 weeks ago that I ended up passing off to the old man and making my life a hell of a lot harder. So from now on, when I'm sick, don't go near the old man. Note to self. But this is the overall algorithm, and that's what it's closed for the day. Pretty impressive. Absolute. Look at these trades. Look, not a loss. Now, it's a little bit skewed because the fact that I jumped into all of these trades at the current price it was at, so it's going to make it even more profitable. Also gives me a little bit of an idea if you understand the concept here. But nonetheless, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Just $8,000 worth of trades. Now, if I scale up to the week, it's still going to be at a loss, I believe, because I forced that $14,000 loss. So if I look for the week, yeah. But here's what's interesting about my overall algorithm. Yesterday, because I forced, and again, this is just a sample account, because I forced $14,000 worth of losses, the next day we make so much money. Instead of $14,000 loss, $780. Unbelievable power this system has to, I mean, if you really had this size of account and you forced you screwed up and you took $14,000 of losses one day, well, the next day it's only $780 worth of a loss. Right? This thing crushes. If I look for the month, still 162,665.24 up net profit overall algorithm. And this is our monitoring account. So incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, I'll jump over to the 2 test accounts that I have. The newfangled algorithm, I just looked at it. We don't have a lot of movement, so it's really not doing anything. Let me pull this up here. Yeah, it's still in. It's actually added a trade. So I'm trading this GBP USD. Started out with $10,000 account. It's literally just going sideways. So we haven't made any profit, no losses, blah, 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 but you can see what it's doing mathematically, trading itself, hedging a trade, trading anyway. It's quite a complex algorithm. So nothing going on there. But I truly believe that if we can watch this for 30 days, this potentially, in my mind, mathematically, because it's so different than what the algorithm I have now, potentially this is going to blow some minds or leave me flat. And I'll go, forward data, I might have to change something. But from what I think this is going to do, because of how it trades in the mathematics, I think it's going to be mind-boggling. But here we are doing it forward testing in a market that's slow, middle of the summer. Everybody's on vacation, right? All the big bank managers and all the traders are on vacation. So let me come back to the pause, and then actually impressed with this next one. I feel like I could release this to the group. It is my gold scalper account. Remember I told it, so there's no trades open right now. But look at this. I told it to make $10 a day, and it just continues to do it. I'm not asking for a lot, but to make $12.35 off of 4 10-cent trades overnight, that's scalable. You could scale from 10 cents to $1, from $1 to $10. It's scalable. So you make $12 or $120 or $1,200. Scalable. I like this. It's looking pretty good. I believe, if you're ready for this, I told you guys yesterday, don't be trading the 10 pip hybrid and then in addition add that new feed called my one profitable pair feed. Don't add that onto your 10 pip hybrid. We're pulling the trades from the same algorithm. You're going to start over trading at that point. However, if you felt like you wanted a little bit more volume on your account without double trading, taking the same trades again from the same algorithm, you could add my gold scalper as frosting on the cake. Maybe that's what I'm thinking, because it's different. It's different pairs, different volatility, and you could increase your profits on a current account that trades from takes trades from my main algorithm. You could put this gold scalper as an additional copy on your account at a really low lot size here and just eke out a little bit more profits. You could do this. I think that's what really this is designed to do. I've called it my gold scalper, but I might say to myself or to somebody that this is the gold. We'll call it the gold topper, right? You could put it on top of your account, and or trade it individually. Oh, here I am sitting in the RV. My sister just pulled in. Let me see if she's going to try to come over here and bother me while I'm completely live. Yep, she's looking at me right now. Let's see if she walks over here. Nope, she's not. Okay, bye. She knows that I go live in the morning. So, this is looking good. It could completely fall apart. I like what I'm seeing here. I believe it's been very consistent. Other than that $500 worth of loss that I forced a few weeks ago. Let's look at this. So if I scale out for the week, we're up $61.71. And again, it's scalable. Don't go, I don't know if $61 is enough for me. 61 or 610 or 6,100. It's all scalable. For the month, the numbers aren't going to look good because I went from forcing a $500 loss, kind of resetting the settings. So for the month, you'll see it's down $434, right? That's not accurate of what this would do given the current settings, because it's been pumping out anywhere from $5 to $15 a day. And again, remember the word scalable. This is scalable. So let me look back through. I see I've got some comments. I want to see if there's any questions I need to answer. Yeah, Raj says swap fees are high. Even more reason to be selective in favor of pairs such as GBP USD. And I absolutely agree with you, Raj. However, it's a little bit unfair because GBP USD has the best spreads in the world. It just does. It's always the lowest spread, right? A decent medium to mid-range, little above mid-range volatility, very low spread. So I agree with you. That's why I've got that new algorithm of mine trading GBP USD, because I'm like, it gives me a better representation. I'm not trading some random crazy pair at one end of the spectrum of volatility or not. I'm not saying GBP USD is right in the middle, but it's there, as it's probably 60 to 80 pips average per day, and the spread is usually about 1.5, so it's pretty low. Let me look back here. Just remember the shit show that happened the beginning of August. Yeah, Doug is reminiscing. Last year, Doug says, just remembering the shit show that happened at the beginning of August last year. This was a wake-up call for me because my algorithm had been running for 2 years at this point. And last August, I might quote this wrong. You can correct me, but the concept is more important than anything. The market I think it was USD JPY. The market went ape shit on that trade. And we were trading the full algorithm back then. That's just what we were doing, right? There were a few people trading subsets of the algorithm, but we all got into that USD JPY, and I may be overstating this, but I think it went 41 trades deep. And people were bidding pretty high at that point because it was summer slowed down, so we increased our bid a little bit. 2 months earlier, we had a 39% month. 39% we did. I can show you these numbers. I know that for a fact. So it kind of lulled everyone into, holy shit, we are nothing but winners with this algorithm. And Doug was new to this, and Doug was probably, I think you were trading the full algorithm and probably bidding not an overly abundant amount, but you weren't overbidding. I think you were bidding what I was suggesting for the algorithm. USD JPY gave me a level of stress, and here's what's crazy too. There was this day when I was out of pocket and I only had my mobile phone, and I was like, we can't take any more USD JPY trades. So whenever one would launch, I would close it down. And the algorithm, the AI went, oh, that trade just accidentally closed. I'm going to open another one. So I sat here without computer access on my mobile phone, closing it down every 60 seconds for hours. And it was just crazy. It was this random anomaly that won't happen again, because that's why, from adversity comes opportunity. So what I did was I created the 10 pip hybrid, and I was like, let's see if we can start avoiding those crazy pairs. What's interesting is if you look at GBP USD, GBP JPY and USD JPY, GJ UJ. If you look at those two pairs over the last 6 months, they crush, and we've been avoiding them because of, it's like how skittish I was after it almost, it was many people, I'm trying to think, even after me manipulating the crap out of it, we still were forced to take some losses, but those losses were off of typically the net profit, so all it did was reduce our net profit. But boy, was that a debacle. But who knows? And I think it was August. I was also in the middle of purchasing some really expensive stuff, and I was working with the salesman that day, and I had to be a certain place, and I had to get a certified check and all this stuff. When the market was falling apart in August, right? So we're going to make sure that we don't have that happen. I was hoping for the fact that I typically exclude GJ and UJ from the 10 pip hybrid. I was hoping that it would run away again to 40 some trades, and I could go, hey guys, we're 35 trades in, start entering buy or sell whatever it is on UJ, and we're going to make a lot of money. That hasn't happened. So it's unpredictable. To think that it's a problem with UJ and GJ, it's not a problem with those pairs as much as it is a potential problem, because those pairs move 60, 80, 100, 120 pips plus a day. You get some crazy days where it moves twice that, 3 times that. I think it moved 1,000 pips against us. Mathematics worked out. it came back around. But I'll tell you what, I just have never seen that, and it kind of threw me for a loop, right? But like I said, from adversity comes opportunity. I designed the 10 pip hybrid. That's what I trade predominantly on my different accounts. In fact, both those accounts I showed you today, both 10 pip hybrid accounts. I'm taking that feed, completely different balances. One was a very large account, one was a very small account. Just some different balances and brokers and stuff that I had. I'm like, well, that's what I'm going to trade. So, just looking back here, I don't see anything else. Yeah, so that's it. Appreciate you guys joining me. Doug says with a large account, it's no problem. Right. But a lot of people, just from skepticism, start out with small accounts. It's okay. I go live every day of the week as much as I can. There's been a couple times because when Dad got crazy and I was in the hospital, there's a couple days I didn't do it. But I go live Monday through Friday, and I'm transparent as hell. Like there's no reason that anybody, and I do find, I'm not complaining. I do find this happening, which is exciting. I'm getting members that come into the group, see what's going on in the chat. They go sign up for the free feed, and within a day, they subscribe or purchase a license. That is testament to, and these people have never said a freaking word to me. I'm looking at these names going, I've never seen this person in my life. That's awesome. There's a lot of trust there. But it's only happening because I'm going live, because you guys are positive in the group. You know, you can scroll back, and I've deleted a few things that people have said, but it's kind of irrelevant or maybe not on topic. I'm going to do that. I'm allowed to. I'm controlling the group, but I'm not censoring people. Just for censorship. I just try to keep it on point. You know, I'll give you this, and listen, I get to say whatever I want, right? It's my group. But sometimes we'll get in a heated discussion about something completely different, vacation spot or whatever, and I'm sure people are going, I thought this was a Forex group. I try to keep it that way, but I can get off topic, and we try to have a little bit of fun, be realistic, right? Get to know each other. Me telling you the crazy stories I told you at the beginning here, put it out to the world, just being a real person, right? Being a real person. If you're in your 50s like me and you have older parents, and I know Doug does, there's some interesting stories that come out. It's a little shocking to me that my dad's been the rock of the family for, obviously my entire life. We're pretty close in age. He was 21 when he had me, right? So he's in his late 70s, and he's been the rock that's just, dad of the year every fucking year. It was funny. We were sitting there in the living room today, and he just starts crying, and I'm like, what's going on? He goes, without you kids, I'd be in trouble, because my sister is like a helicopter parent. She's really like mom of the year also, and she hovers over this dude. And I try to, we're men. I'm like, you good? All right, I'll talk to you later type of thing. And, she's in his face, hovering over him. But it's just interesting to see that transition. Never thought that I'd have to be walking my dad down the hallway to make sure he doesn't fall into something on the way to the bathroom. But here we are. And, I kind of made a joke with him today. I was like, well, you did it to me. I'm sure you hovered over me. And he did. Protected me, took care of us our whole life. It's funny when you start talking about that with him, immediate goes into tears. I'm like, God damn it, I'm not trying to cry this morning. Let's just have our coffee, old man. So, interesting transition of life, right? Doug says that's why I'm in Alaska for 6 weeks. Yeah. So you're there now? I know you go back and forth, but Doug's parents are in Alaska, I believe. So anyway, what's interesting, Doug is the one person, I believe the one person, and his awesome wife came out and met me. Not that I'm special. Met with me in Vegas, and we had a great time. I tend to talk probably too much business, but we had a great time. And I'm hoping next year, when I'm there for the entire month of May 2025, I hope as many of you come. I mean, a lot of you have said you're coming out. I hope so. Let's just have fun. Let's just be regular, fun, normal people, and we're probably not going to sit there unless you want to. You engage me in business talk. I'll talk about it for 12 hours straight. But just get to be normal people. Like, hey, I like this food. I like this drink. Let's go look at this. Let's just be normal, fun people together. So hopefully I'll see a lot of you guys next year in Vegas, May 2025. I'm telling you, I'm there the whole month. I'm going to gamble my ass off and just, I'll probably put on 30 pounds, right? Just cheeseburgers every day and pizza and, foot-long, tall drinks of vodka and gambling. It's just fun. It's fun for me. Doug says, we will do at least a week. Awesome. That is awesome. And hopefully we can get more people together. And I get to meet a lot of these people that I've never met. Well, it's kind of unfair because you get to meet me. Like if you ran into me on the street, you'd probably recognize me. I wouldn't know most of the people. I'd know Doug. I met him and his awesome wife. So anyway, that's it. A lot of talking this morning, a lot of personal stuff. Sorry about that. Probably annoys some people, but hey, we're all real. We all got families and stuff. Interesting stories. I'll let you go. It's Tuesday. I'm happy to be out of that AUDCHF. You're probably going to slow the 10 pip hybrid down till that NZD, I think NZD CAD closes, and we'll ramp it back up. Looking good. Come on into the group. Let me know what you need. I know I launched that video. I probably got a dozen people have asked me questions. I'm going to get off the live here. Go check the old man. Make sure he's good. I'll come back, start answering the questions. And yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you in the group. Take care.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.